I was hardly 4 years old on the day I chose my colors. What I could see over the height of the workbench was stacks and stacks of silky ribbon in various shades. My mom and my older sister brought each one close for me to get a really good look. And because I was only 4 years old, I chose my colors rather quickly. Purple, pink, and yellow. These would be the three ribbons on my ballet folklorico dress. Traditionally, a folklorico dress is representative of the local culture in that region. So the dresses can be really vibrant and pretty, while the stories that are told through the dances reveal a really complex history of colonization and conquest and classism. It's 1996 in Ramstein Air Base, Germany, on the day I get to try on my dress. Miss Sylvia, our dance instructor, made the dresses herself with our custom measurements. So I try it on. The top fits perfectly. I pull up the skirt and it falls right down to my ankles. I pulled it up again higher this time and right back down to the ground. The skirt is too heavy. I'm not sure who suggests it, but at some point I'm given a pair of white elastic adjustable suspenders. They clip to the front and the back of my skirt. And on the day of the Hispanic Heritage Month luncheon, no one has any idea that I have this hidden support system beneath my dark purple dress covered in lace and ribbon. Shortly after 9/11, we received orders to move stateside to North Carolina. That first week of fourth grade, it was right after the winter break and I was only 9 years old. We met at recess and I was surrounded by a group of girls ready to interrogate. "Where are you from?" they asked. "Germany," I replied. But where are you really from?" she asked. "Well, I was born in Utah," I replied. And I could see that this response wasn't feeding whatever hunger they came here with. And as she reaches out for my hair, she says, "So what are you then?" And because I was 9 years old with a Lisa Frank trapper keeper, and also I've always been this weird, I said, "Well, I might be an alien, but the jury's still out on that one." This was me making light of something I wasn't ready to answer. And something about the term alien was really comforting for me, and I clung to it for a long time. I moved out to New York City, hoping to avoid a lot of those questions and to hear them less and less. I found myself constantly in crowds of newcomers, and it was really a safe space for me that way. So when I went back to visit to help unpack and move things out of my old house in North Carolina, I was surprised to find a box in the garage that had this Mexican dress in it. And as I pulled it out of the box, I realized how heavy the skirt still was. But I didn't find the suspenders. That night, as we were driving to dinner, my stepdad and I felt this urgency come over me. I knew that he was moving across the country and that we were getting rid of our family home. And I felt this reason to bring up a really big topic in a really small truck with very little time to spare. And I told him that I now like to consider myself Afro-Latina when people ask me what I am. He said, "Well, why don't you just say Hispanic, because you're not Black." I said, well, I am Hispanic and I'm also Black. I'm Haitian and Haitians are Black. He said, well, no, Haitians aren't Black. Dominicans, yeah, they're Black. But Haitians, no. And besides, you're not really Black, he says as he exits the truck and shuts the door. I sit there frozen, feeling hot in my throat and feeling really guilty for bringing this up and having this burning sensation in my heart. I go and I eat dinner. I order shrimp and grits, and I watch as people around us try to determine if we're on a date or not. A week later, I call my mom and I recount all of this to her, and knowing my struggle with how to answer that question, I was looking for some perspective. And she said to me that now I'm an adult and I'm my own person. And that at the end of the day, I get to choose my colors. And I get to choose how I show up in the world, who I am and who I want to be, and how I want to be treated. And I felt like I was right back in that tailor shop, picking out my ribbons for my dress.